evening, everyone. Welcome to the East Kentucky Expo Center. This is Larry Cecil along with Justin Holbrook and Wayne Field on camera. Alex back to station, keeping us all straight. And we are here for the 15th Region Boys semifinal games here tonight, Justin. The first, ought to have two nasty games. First one is matching Johnson Central, the district winners in the 57th district, against Shelby Valley, the runners-up in the 59th district.
Yeah, this is, I think everybody anticipated these two teams were going to be here. And, you know, I think they'll live up to the expectation on both sides, the first game and the second game, both.
I think so. Johnson Central comes in tonight's game 24-7, finished the regular season 23 and through the district tournament 23-7. So they had a win other night, 24-7. They're shooting 46% from the field, 35 from three-point line, which is a good average from three-point line, 64 from the free throw line. Of course, they are led in scoring by Isaiah May with 16.7 points, Cordy Van Hoos 15.8. We got Jacob Rice at 13.3, Gabe Farrell at 10 even, and John King at 8.6. And the Gabe Farrell had a big game other night.
Yeah, he can fill it up from the three-point line, and that's balanced attack right there. That's kind of one of those things that's hard to prepare for when you know those teams have that many guys that can go out and get you 15, 20 points a game.
Exactly.
Shelby Valley comes into the game. They're 27-5 and shooting 50% from the field, and in 32 games, that's putting it in the hole. And three-point line shooting 36% and 68 from the free throw line. Led in scoring by Cody Potter at 23 points a game. Cameron Warwicks with 11. Orby McPeak with 8. Kean Warwicks with 6. Samuel Stanley with 6. And a host of others in the, a little bit below that. But obviously the key for Shelby Valley is how Potter's going to shoot. And he, shoot it from three-point line, free throw line, anywhere he can get a good look at the goal, it's probably going to go in.
Boy, I tell you, we've seen him several times this year, and we've seen him have two players on him, triple team, 20 or 25 foot, and he just tickles the twine. I mean, he's just a pure shooter, and seems to get wore down a little bit toward the end of the game. We've had some games where he's had some big scoring in the first 2 or 3 quarters, and then toward the end of the game, gets wore down a little bit. That, of course, just a junior, and he'll have a chance to work out on that after the season's over with and come back maybe a little stronger physically next year, as had some adjustments done to the basket down here on to our left, the one that Johnson Central's shooting on. I think the spring might have broke on or something. Looks like the basketball's a little more, goal's a little more sturdy than it was earlier.
It really does. I mean, I remember last night some of those shots were coming off there real soft. That rim was.
Exactly.
And that thing's not even moving. So.
Of course, we had 4 games here earlier today. The Mid-South Women's Championship tournament started, and had 4 games. Pike losing in the final game to Georgetown by 12, and that was a little bit of upset. Pike came in, the girls at number 3 seed and Georgetown number 6 seed. So been a lot of basketball here played in the Expo Center already this week. And
going to be more tomorrow, too.
We've got 2 more tonight. And then you're exactly right. The boys will get started tomorrow. There'll be 4 of the Mid-South boys games. Their tournament first round. And then the 2 winners here tonight will come back at 7:30 tomorrow night, and they will decide who the 15th region champion is going to be for 2019.
Yes, and if you've not seen the guys play at the in the Mid-South tournament, I mean that's a high quality basketball. That's some really good basketball. If you want to come out and watch that, and like you said, we've got 2 good ones tonight, and there'll be a dandy one tomorrow.
You're exactly right, and we'd like to thank everyone for listening in to us tonight on WXKZ 105.3 and WXLR 104.9, and we encourage you to stay tuned to your dials all night. As I said, after this one here, it will be Pikeville and Paintsville, and those 2 teams has played twice this year. And I think Pikeville coming away with the win on both of those at Paintsville and Pikeville. Shelby Valley and Johnson Central have met one time this year. That was at Shelby Valley.
Twice. They met both times. Shelby Valley beat them by about 20
early in the season. Early in the season. You're right. That's the third or fourth game in the season. And then at Shelby Valley,
a 3-point.
They had a 16-point lead at one time. Shelby Valley did, and Johnson Central came back, had a chance to tie it late in the game, and ended up losing by 3, I believe it was, or maybe 2.
Yeah,
it was close.
Yeah, it was
one possession.
Game. Yeah. And I wouldn't be shocked to see, Johnson Central's 0-2 and Paintsville's 0-2, but I wouldn't be shocked to see either of those teams pick up a win tonight. I don't know. I'd be hard-pressed to pick 2 winners tonight.
Well, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year.
Yes, yeah.
And, of course, if Shelby Valley and Pikeville both comes out victors tonight, they'll meet tomorrow night for the 5th time this year, and both teams has won 2 of those games.
Yeah, that's rubber match for the 5th one. That's when you know you're winning a lot of games.
Yeah, exactly. And we're about ready for the starting lineup.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the East Kentucky Expo Center for semifinal night of the boys 15th Region Basketball Tournament. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, representing the guests, the runners-up of the 59th District with a record of 28-5, the Shelby Valley Wildcats. Starting at center, number 1, Samuel Stanley. At guard, number 2, Kian Warwicks. At guard, number 3, Cameron Warwicks. At forward, number 10, Cody Potter. And at forward, number 24, Orby McPeak, the Wildcats. Shelby Valley is led by head coach Jim Hicks. Representing the home team on the scoreboard, the champions of the 57th District with a record of 25-7, the Johnson Central Golden Eagles. Starting at guard, number 4, Isaiah May. At guard, number 10, Jacob Rice. At guard, number 12, Corey Van Hoos. At forward, number 21, Gabe Farrell. And at forward, number 30, John King, the Golden Eagles. Johnson Central is led by head coach Tommy McKenzie.
And that's our starting lineups for tonight's first semifinal boys game of the 15th Region. And speaking of Johnson Central, it's nothing that they're not used to being here, Justin. They have actually played in the championship game of the 15th Region 8 out of the last 9 years.
Yeah, I coached for 5 years, and he had won 4 in a row, the title.
Right.
And, I mean, it's nothing, like you said, nothing strange for them to be here. And I don't think it's really a shock to anybody that we've got these 4 teams left.
No, well, for all season long, these have been the 4 best teams in the 15th Region.
And luckily the draw came out, nobody had to play each other in the first round.
Right. And we're about ready to go as number 30, John King, and Cody Potter steps in, and Shelby Valley will control the tilt. They get her over to Kian Warwicks, and he'll come in the front court. Looks like Johnson Central is going to open up in you'd call that like a sagging man-to-man as Warwick's man's drop back in at the top of the circle.
Yeah,
and they'll go inside, and shot up, no good, but a walk before the shot. That was Orby McPeak.
Yeah, they got Jacob Rice on Cody Potter to start with, and he's face guarding him everywhere he goes. Probably not a bad strategy.
Well, that's everybody's tried that all year, and Cody
22 points. He
still managed to get 22 points. As here's a drive to the bucket by Van Hoos, and he's fouled.
He had a monster game in the district championship.
That foul's going to go against Cameron Warwicks. Cameron Warwicks got in some foul trouble in the district championship game against Pikeville and fouled out of that game.
Yeah.
Van Hoos First free throw up and good. And Van Hoos is not one of the tallest players on the floor, but now he loves to work down in the paint.
Yeah, he can. His physical strength, I mean, he can go to the goal and he can go through some contact. That's where he wants to be at.
And he makes both free throws. Johnson Central jumps out 2-0. Cameron Works on the other end. No good on the three, and he's fouled on the three-pointer by Isaiah May.
Yeah, that's a tough foul to take, and that's a tough foul to call. Just didn't give him the room to land there, and they got it.
So Cameron Works will have three. First one's up and good. He'll have two more. Just getting started. Both teams got points on the board, both of them from the free throw line, as Warwick knocks the second one down. It's 2-2 now, and he'll get a chance to give his team their first lead of the night if he knocks this one down.
Yeah, 40 seconds in, and this will be our fifth free throw.
And he makes them all three, so it's 3-2. And as Justin said, all 5 points coming from the free throw line. Here's Van Hoos with it in the front court. And again, he's going to put it on the floor and go to the bucket. And nice defense that time by Cameron Works. Reaches in, strips him of the basketball, but it'll stay with the Golden Eagles.
Good drive. He's put the pressure on the defense there.
And there's a near steal. And now out on top, that's Rice with it. Give it to Van Hoos. Now they'll go over. That's John King with it. Running the weave at the top of the circle. Jacob Rice. Gives it over to King. Back to Van Hoos. And Van Hoos reverses, spins in the lane. And again, Warwick's got his hand on the ball, and then Shelby Valley threw it away as McPeak was trying to get it over to Cameron Warwick, sails out of bounds.
And it looks like Coach McKenzie's one of his strategy here is to get Van Hoos. He's took it straight at Warwick's. I mean, that's basically 3 times in a row, trying to get that second foul maybe.
Every time down the floor.
Yeah.
And here again, Van Hoos with it. Running that weave top of circle. Rice over to Van Hoos. Back to King. King takes it. Now he goes down the lane against Potter. No good. Rebound comes off. That's Stanley with it. In the front court quickly. King works over to McPeak. Misses a layup.
Wow.
And rebound comes off Isaiah May. Into the front court to come. Here's Rice. Top of the circle. Long three by Gabe Farrell. Comes off the back of the rim. And goes out of bounds. It's going to Shelby Valley.
Yeah, maybe another step closer on that one. That was deep.
Hey, really deep. That was a 28-footer.
Yeah.
6 minutes exactly, 3-2. Shelby Valley, neither team has a field goal so far. All points coming on free throws. And here's Cameron Warwicks, and he's going to be called for the walk as he tried the jab step against May and drug his pivot foot.
Yeah, that back foot drug a little bit.
So Rice will have it, and he'll walk into the front court with it for the Golden Eagles. Here's Farrell with it, gives it cross court to King. Van Hoos back on top to May. May's going to drive it, kick it back out. Rice, three in the air, count it. Jacob
shot.
Rice, and Johnson Central goes back out on top, 5-3. Here's Ken Warwicks on the other end. Gets it over, and let's see, block called on King as that was Samuel Stanley taking it to the bucket.
I think that was a good call. I think he was moving.
Yeah. So Shelby Valley's Stanley will go to the line. He'll shoot 2. These will be 5 free throws already for Shelby Valley, and it rolls all the way around and spins out. 5:24 left first quarter, 5-3 Johnson Central. Stanley with one more free throw. This one's up and also comes off. Rebound comes off the Rice. As,
on the floor.
yeah, John King got knocked down, but Rice was there to rescue the rebound. He has it in front court. He fakes the three. Got Potter in the air. Inside wide open. King, another fake, and puts it up and in as nice ball fake by Johnson Central 2 different times. Over and back, yes. Didn't give Potter time to get into the front court, and Shelby Valley's opening up a little rattled, seemed to be.
Yeah, he picked his dribble up there. He didn't really have to. No real pressure on him.
Rice will have it in the front court for Johnson Central, they lead 7-3. Rice working. Here's King, top of the circle. Van Hoos, top of the circle. And here's Rice. And now Mays steps out of the corner and takes it back to Rice. He gets out the timeline. They reset their offense. Being very patient this time now.
Yes.
Here's King with it. Van Hoos back to May. May puts it on the floor, knocked loose, picked up. Nice move by John King, and takes a hit and still puts it in 9-3.
Yeah, great balance to finish that shot.
Here's Cameron Warwick misses the three. Johnson Central on the run. Rice still moving at the free throw line down the lane, throws up a shot. He's fouled.
You know, that's the same call that they called at the beginning of the game,
right,
giving the space to land. But if you're Shelby Valley, I think, well, I don't even know if Potter's taking a shot at this point. And
he has
halfway through the first quarter, and that's not going to get it done for you.
And Jacob Rice misses the free throw. The foul was on Kean Warwick. That's his first, team's second. Rice will have one more. We're at the 4:17 mark in the first quarter. It's 9-3 Johnson Central. And make it 10-3 as rattles around and falls through for Rice. Kean Warwick's with it in the front court for Shelby Valley. And he gets it over Stanley. Stanley looking for help, gets it over to McPeak. Cameron Rice cut. Here's Potter, turn around, top the circle and count it. Three-pointer.
Made the first one count.
And that's their first bucket of the night.
Tough shot, too.
10-6. Farrell working for it in the front court. Here's Rice. He'll give it over to May. May down the left side, shot up, no good. Partially blocked. Maybe got a little arm like that. Kean Warwick's to the bucket. He's reverse layup, no good. Rebound comes off John King. King in the front court, still on the dribble. At the top of the circle, now he'll give it up to Van Hoos. Van Hoos kicks it out to Rice. They set it up as Farrell comes out, takes it. Works to the left side. Gives it over to Rice. Behind the back dribble, he's got Kean Warwick's on him. And that's a tough matchup there. And King comes up short. It's Farrell come up short. Thought he got hit. And here on the other end, Stanley's shot's blocked by Farrell. Cameron Warwick's to the bucket, no good. Rebound put back up, McPeak, and going to be a foul called on John King.
Yeah, that's a good job of Shelby Valley crashing the boards there. If you're Johnson Central, you got a couple opportunities to clean that up. And now they're going back to the free throw line. This will be their, seventh free throw?
It'll be 7 free throws already. We've got 2:51 left in the first quarter. 10-6, Johnson Central with the lead, and McPeak misses the free throw. Shelby Valley leaving some points at the line right now.
Yes, absolutely. They missed 2 the last time.
And looks like we've got John Flannery and also number 14, Braxton Bentley in. Flannery for Shelby Valley, Bentley for Johnson Central as McPeak makes the second free throw. And it's 10-7. And on the other end, as Van Hoos taking it to the bucket, and Cody Potter says, not this time.
No, that's a great block, great help defense, because Van Hoos got by the initial defender, and he was there to clean it up.
And here's May, puts it on the floor, gives it out to Farrell, 3, count it.
Yeah, that's a good pass. That's what you want.
And you let him get his feet set, and that's what he's going to do. Shelby Valley's wanting a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so 2:37 left first quarter, 13-7 Johnson Central, and that's their second three-pointer.
Yeah, that you can see Coach Hicks is furious over there, and I'm sure he's upset at Gabe Farrell's probably like Cody Potter. You want zero help. You're not giving him any good looks because you don't want to get him going, because if he gets going, you're in trouble.
Well, you got Potter down low, so, you'd rather take your chances, somebody driving to the bucket and dropping off to help stop the drive and leaving him wide open.
Yeah. Farrell's, probably one of the deadliest shooters in the region. I mean, and he's been on a tear here lately, too. So, you don't want to let him see a couple go through the rim early.
Well, he's a catch-and-shoot guy, and he was standing there set up, ready to go, got a good pass, just caught it and shot. And it didn't do nothing but tickle the nylon.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a little closer than the first one he shot. The first one he took was a little deep, I thought, but that was good rhythm, just wide open.
That was probably 6 feet closer.
yeah, and still a couple feet behind the line.
Exactly. Here's Ken Warwicks, gives it over to McPeak for Shelby Valley. And Potter he comes out to get it, but they're going to call foul on Ken Warwicks on the block. Said they threw the old chicken wing out and made contact.
That's 2 on him with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. That's huge.
Yes. He is their playmaker and probably the quickest player in the region.
Yes, and he's their best defender, too.
And here is Farrell. He's driving it to the bucket. This time a little floater up and good over Potter. And it's 15-7 Johnson Central. Ken Warwick's in the front court, puts it on the floor to the bucket up and good off the glass.
Good move. Strong move.
And he used his quickness that time to get the step.
Yes. And finished, over Farrell, I think.
Johnson Central with it now in the front court. Here's Van Hoos with it. Now he backs back out to the timeline. 1:45 left in the first quarter. It's 15-9. Johnson Central with the lead. And that's they're wanting somebody to come out on him because what they're wanting to get the drive to the bucket. And that's what Van Hoos does. Gets it over. That was Farrell with the shot. He's blocked out of bounds by Cody Potter.
I think Warwick was a little confused there. I think he thought it was out on Johnson Central because he looked right at the ball.
Yeah, I think what happened was he was out of bounds and hadn't reestablished himself.
Okay. Yeah, because I thought he could have grabbed it there.
Here's May, pull up, 15-footer, no good. Battle for the rebound and still loose. And McPeak finally digs it out. Gives it over to Potter. Into the front court he'll come between the dribbles. And goes up, free throw line jumper, rolls in. Nice touch by Cody Potter.
Absolutely.
And Jacob Rice was all over him. Here's Van Hoos on the other end. He splits a double team, takes it to the bucket, shot up, no good. And Farrell gets the rebound, no good. And Potter comes off with the rebound. He'll get it up to Ken Warwicks. He stops just inside the three-point line, knocks it down. And Shelby Valley is on a run as they cut it. Well, they gave him 3 on that one, but I think it was a two-pointer, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that was easily inside the line.
Yes. They're not changing it, but it's 15-14, and that was definitely inside the three-point line.
Yeah, that's which, I mean, no replay in high school. So,
no.
I mean, I guess if they give him 3, they give him 3. But now I thought that was definitely inside the line.
I do too.
Credit Shelby Valley. They was on the ropes a little bit there. Had a 8-point deficit, and they're right back in it.
Well, they went to war on the boards down here on the defensive end and end up getting a couple defensive rebounds and getting it up the floor quick, which that's what they like to do. Now they changed it back to 13.
Okay. All right.
15-13. 47 seconds left, and Johnson Central will have it. They'll be bringing it to the length of the floor. Isaiah May will trigger the basketball in, and they'll get it into Jacob Rice. Rice just walks it into the front court for the Golden Eagles. We're at 35 seconds.
If he's going to hold it for one.
Yeah, he's just standing there on the bounce, and Warwick's not coming out putting no pressure on. He's wanting to. He's watching over to coach, so waiting for him to give him the go-ahead.
Yeah, because he's got 2 fouls, too. You don't want to pick up a cheap one here 40, 50 feet from the goal.
Yes. We're under 20 seconds. Now we're at 15 seconds. Rice standing in front of the scores table on the left side of the floor. We're down to 10. Now we get ready to go into the move. We're at 7. Rice down spins and going to be called for the walk. Good defense that time by Ken Warwicks.
Yeah, he had the right idea. I think he was going to try that little shuffle pass, but picked up that pivot foot before he got it away.
And we got number 15, Zach Russell, number 14, Braxton Bentley back in for Johnson Central as Rice is going to be on Potter. 3.5 seconds left, and it's going to be a steal. Johnson Central, a ball loose on the floor, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. And it's everything that we thought. 15-13, Johnson Central holds the lead over Shelby Valley. We'll send it back to the station. Be back shortly. This is WPRG TV Sports.
Hey, it's Chris Denver Furniture Tax refund sale going on right now.
Get this 8-piece living room suite for only $18.99. Includes 3-piece tables, 2 lamps, and a 3-piece living room suite. It's the tax refund sale at Craig Dammer Furniture in downtown Pikeville.
Let me introduce you to a pharmacy that doesn't need an introduction. See, Total Pharmacy Care might be new to you, but we've been in Eastern Kentucky since 1995. Filling prescriptions is all we do, so we get to know you and we answer your questions. Plus, you're in and out quick. And Total Pharmacy Care is locally owned and operated. So if Total Pharmacy Care is new to you, bring your prescriptions to one of our locations and meet an old friend. Total Pharmacy Care. It's not just a name, it's a promise.
Hey, it's Craig Dammer Furniture tax refund sale going on right now.
Buy this sectional with the Ottoman only $62 a month, plus up to a 50-inch TV for free. It's the tax refund sale at Craig Dammer Furniture in downtown Pikeville.
Welcome back to the Expo Center. We're getting ready to start the second quarter. Johnson Central holds a 15-13 lead. Had if I'm not mistaken, a 15-7 lead there, and so that's Shelby Valley's on a little 6-0 run to end the first quarter.
Golden Eagles will have it start this second quarter. They give it over to Van Hoos on the right side. Now Rice left of the circle. He backs out to the timeline now. They'll reset their offense. Shelby Valley looks to be in a 2-3 zone right now. But they'll match up out of that. And here's King with it. Gives it over to Van Hoos. Isaiah May, 3, top the circle, no good. Goes to the floor looking for the call. Didn't get it.
Yeah.
Shelby Valley comes up with the rebound.
Not sure that's the shot you want. That's kind of deep. And
you had one pass and a shot.
Yeah.
Kean Warwick's with it, top the circle. Gives it over to Cameron Warwicks. They'll go inside to Potter, and he's going to be fouled. And I think that one's going, can't tell if that's Furrow or, King, John King. Him and Furrow both black-headed, and both of them's got those glasses on. It's
his third.
Yeah, and that's his third foul. You're right.
Wow, that's a big one.
And
the game that was at Shelby Valley, King stayed in foul trouble too, it seemed like, if I remember correctly.
Number 5 coming into the lineup, that's Connor LeMaster. And here's Potter out of the corner. It's a 2-point shot, but he knocks it down over Rice, and Shelby Valley ties it up at 15.
Looks like he's going to have one of those nights. He's 3 for 3.
He's a pure shooter.
Yeah.
Rice at the jump circle. Now he'll close it down. He gives it over to Van Hoos. There's LeMasters back to Rice. Van Hoos with it. Works over LeMaster, and he'll fire up a 3, and no good. Rebound comes off to Stanley. Gives it over to Kean Warwicks. And Warwicks started down the lane. Now he reverses it back out. And here's a long 3. Cameron Warwick's no good. Nice block out that time by Gabe Farrell. Johnson Central with it quickly into the front court. Here's Farrell with it over to Rice. Come to Van Hoos. Rice top of the circle, puts it on the floor, draws the defense, and Van Hoos on the baseline drive, no good. Kean Warwick's with the ball into the front court, kicks it over to Cameron Warwicks. Potter, and it's stolen by Van Hoos, but a foul call. Johnson Central getting in some foul trouble.
Yes. Yeah, picking up some cheap fouls, too.
And that's 5 team fouls already, and we've got number 15, and then lined up at is Zach Russell for Johnson Central, and he will replace LeMaster, looks like. Kean Warwick's now with it into the front court, gives it to Potter. And Cameron Warwick's back to Potter, puts it on the floor. Still moving down the baseline, 15-footer up, no good. Rebound, strong rebound by Farrell, and then he throws it away.
Yep, good, strong rebound, and just tried to give a couple dribbles and throw the pass, and Rice didn't go with him when he did.
Yeah, he was wanting to get out and run, and Rice was just standing waiting for the pass.
Kind of waiting on it,
just sailed out of bounds. Unforced turnover. Let's see, turnovers in the first quarter. Shelby Valley had 6.
Yeah, that's
Johnson Central only 1. That's evening up some here now. As nice
good play.
Possession this time by McPeak, and he puts it up and in. Shelby Valley has the lead, 17-15.
Nice play.
Van Hoos with it. That's May. He's been quiet. And here's Van who's taking it down the lane and going to be called for the walk.
Yep. That's a 10-0 run for Shelby Valley. It was 15-7, and now up 17-15. Johnson Central needs to see the ball go through the hole. I don't think they've scored since Farrell hit that three.
Well, they haven't scored here in the quarter, and we're 2.5 minutes in the second quarter. So Key and Warwick will bring it into the front court for Shelby Valley. They got Jacob Rice trailing Potter wherever. And they're playing like a matchup boxing one.
Yeah.
Actually, it's kind of a funny defense that they're playing. There's McPeak with it. He's being guarded by Farrell. Gets it out at Stanley. And Cameron Warwick, he looked at a three. Now he'll put it up. And he'll knock it down. And Shelby Valley extends their lead to 5. Johnson Central needs a bucket.
Yeah, in the worst way.
Yes, they do. Rice with it now. He'll go over on the left side in front of the scorers table. Direct traffic as he'll move Farrell over to the right corner, and Isaiah May down in the left corner. Now he comes top of the circle, and he'll stop and pop a three, and no good. And Shelby Valley's daring them to shoot from outside right now, and Johnson Central not able to hit it.
Yeah, Central going one and done, too.
Here's Cameron Warwick, no good. Rebound comes off. That's number 14, Bentley, with it into the front court, behind the back. Through a double team, and Cameron Wards reaches in, takes it away, and then Potter loses it and goes to the floor, and they say that
he was on the line.
Yes, number 15, that's Zach Russell, come up with the basketball, but he was laying on the end line, so it'll go to Shelby Valley. And Van Hoos comes back in for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, look, going to that, going to pick up some full court pressure. They need something to get them going.
Yes, they do. Shelby Valley got started off slow, but they're on the roll right now. Here's Kean Warwick into the front court. Tries to split a double team. The ball's loose, and it's picked up by Van Hoos. It's 2-on-2, and fumbled it and just throws it up over his head, and it goes in. Isaiah May.
What a shot. That's his first bucket, too.
And he threw that one up just to keep from walking with the ball.
Yeah.
Here in the front court, here's Cameron Warwick, and he's fouled as he tries to split a double team. That's going to be on Bentley, I believe.
Yeah, that's a good call.
No. Yes, Bentley, and that's at 16 fouls.
Next one
so the next one will put them into 1-1.
Yeah.
We've got 3:50 left here in the second quarter. Keegan Warwick into the front court. No pressure on him. Cameron Warwick. Just bouncing the ball. They're looking for Potter, trying to get him open. He's got it on the left side. Step back three, up. No good. And going to have a foul on Stanley on the rebound, looks like.
Yeah. That'll be his first.
His first, team's fourth.
Yeah, Potter, you know, he's got that size advantage over Rice, and he's just going up, and he's getting good looks. Rice has played great defense, but now, I mean, he's knocked some shots down right in his face because he's probably got 6 inches on him.
Well, you're 6'8", and then you pull off a step back.
Yeah.
Might as well be 7.5.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You look like a wide open shot.
Exactly. The Golden Eagles working with it in the front court. Here's May. At the top of the circle, still on the bounce. Now he'll back out to the timeline, looks over to Coach Tommy McKenzie and gets his play. Now he puts on floor down the lane and finger roll up and good. Split the defense and got to the rim and puts it in 20-19.
Yeah, they spread them out, and Potter didn't get over in time to kind of help them out like he has been in the past. They needed those 2 buckets.
They did. Shelby Valley with the 1-point lead now. And here across court it comes to McPeak. He'll give it out to Ken Warwick. Van Hoos is on him. Van Hoos will guard any of them.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's versatile. He's strong enough to guard the big guys and quick enough to guard the little guys.
And here's Cameron Warwick down the lane, called for the charge, and that's going to be...
That's his second, too.
Second foul.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Cameron's got 2, and his brother Kean's got 2. So
both of them.
It's an important 2:33 here for Valley to not pick up that third foul.
Yes, and see if Johnson Central goes against either one of those.
Yeah, I would go straight at them, and I'm sure, Coach not very happy with that call over there.
And here's May, raises up for a 3, no good. And off of Van Hoos, out of bounds. Tommy McKenzie saying no, but he was blocked out because that was the right call.
Yeah.
Van Hoos was trying
Yeah.
to sell it, and when they pointed to Shelby Valley, he just turned and come down the floor.
He knew.
He knew who touched it
Yeah.
last.
Yeah.
2:15 left, first half. It's 20-19. Shelby Valley with the lead. They have the basketball in the front court. Cameron Orix with it. He puts the bounce down, gets it over to Potter, and another illegal screen.
If that's on Warwick, that's huge.
That's going to be on Stanley, I think.
Okay,
that's going to be his second.
Yeah.
So 3 starters for Shelby Valley with 2 fouls.
Yep, and you just got to kind of live with if Potter gets open or not, and not try to set that pick that hard, because that's the second illegal screen that they've got, and if they overplay, then you've got to go with a back cut, or you've got something alternative other than Potter coming open like that.
Well, what you're saying is the officials is calling it. You got to adjust.
You do. You absolutely do, especially with 2 fouls on you.
And here's May. He drives it and dips under Potter and puts it up and in, and Johnson Central reclaims the lead, 21-20. Potter on the other end, working against Rice. Rises up, shoots off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound comes off to Van Hoos.
That's a bit of a tough shot for him. I'd like to see him settle down and but they played good defense on him. That's probably, you may think that's the only one he can get.
Rice has played some good defense.
He has, absolutely.
Here's May. He's coming alive here lately.
I think he might hope for one if he'll let him.
May with 6 points now, and we've got 1:20 left here in the first half, and going to get an illegal screen the other way. So they're being consistent.
Yes.
And all 3 times they've give the mechanics of the player sticking his elbow out, trying to rub the defender off. You got to keep those elbows in.
You do, and you got to be stationary there, and sometimes you don't get open. That's Potter does a great job. I mean, he works himself ragged going from side to side, and you see Hero doing that for Kentucky. You just got to go back and forth.
And here is Cameron Orix with it, gives it over to Kean down in the right corner. Potter on the screen, shot no good. Rebound comes off to Johnson Central. That's Rice with it. And he cuts Flannery off, takes it to the bucket, shot up, no good. He's fouled.
That's his third. That's big. That's huge. Yeah. I thought Coach Hicks might try to get one of them out, and he's definitely going to get Cameron out now. For sure.
Well, that's Kean they called him out.
Kean, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the playmaker.
Yeah, that's huge. They're both pleading their case over there, but it doesn't matter. That's 3.
That's right. They've done made the call as Rice goes to free throw line and knocks the first one down, extends their lead to 2, 22-20.
Sometimes you can talk him too much.
Right.
It's
the officials will let you talk and they'll get you say in, but then it's like, let's move on.
Yeah. You gotta just play the next play.
Yeah. Jacob Rice knocks them both down, so
now they're on a run.
They're on an 8-0 run.
Yeah.
It was 20-15, and now it's 23-20. So
a 13-0 run answered with an 8-0 run.
Yes, we got a game of runs right now, and Shelby Valley looks like they could be holding it for the last shot as number 30, that is Seth Johnson, into the lineup. He came in for Kean Warwick with the 3 fouls. Now here's Flannery, steps out, takes it. We're still at 35 seconds. McPeak. He's working, and that's May working on Hill.
Yeah, great aggression, great aggressive defense here.
You
don't want to pick a foul up here.
30 foot from the bucket.
Yeah, I mean, you're in the bonus, and
here's Seth Johnson. And now he'll move over to the right side of the floor in the corner next to the scorer's table. We're at 10 seconds. And they get it to Cameron Warts. He nearly loses it out of bounds. He gets it to Flannery. Flannery puts it on the floor, down the lane, knocked loose from him. And here at the buzzer, long shot, no good by Bentley. And we're at the half of the night's first game between Johnson Central and Shelby Valley. And the Golden Eagles of Johnson Central, 23. The Wildcats of Shelby Valley, 20. We'll send it back to the station. Be back shortly with some first half stats and some halftime comments. This is WPRG TV Sports.
Today's households are using more connected devices than ever before. TVs are streaming, smartphones are browsing, security cameras are watching, and virtual assistants are, well, assisting.
You'll need an umbrella today.
As you add more devices, we are constantly improving our technology to deliver the fastest and most reliable internet to your home. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get Intermountain Cable high-speed internet with speeds up to 500 meg. Call 1-800-635-7052 today.
You're on the move every day. You're mobile, and so is Community Trust Bank. Now, you've got one-touch access to your accounts. No need to remember or update passwords. Make a deposit with a click, not a pen. No deposit slip and no line. And get that morning cup of joe without the hassle, without the wait. Community Trust Bank is dedicated to making your banking experience secure, fast, and easy. Don't wait. Go mobile with Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust.
It begins with a click. And no matter where you are, you have countless choices at your fingertips. On the road, on your break, even in your own backyard. A world of entertainment is just a click away. Simply go to imctv.com/watchtve to get started. Intermountain Cable, connecting you to everything that matters.
It's taking over. There's no escape. You better get moving. Ready or not. It's got to go down. Here it comes now. Get ready. Get ready. Moving. Ready or not. Get
Here's Tim Wells, General Manager, Man Toyota. Tim, once again, we're in a new year. You got some new cars and some new incentives.
We sure do, Randy. Toyota's starting the year out strong. They have great rebates on all their vehicles and great rates on the Tundra, the Sienna, the Corolla, the Yaris, 0%. Even on the RAV4, 0% interest.
Man, what a deal.
You're gonna drive away saying, man, what a deal.
Man Toyota, US 23, Prestonsburg.
What business are you in? Building, growing, life-changing. Let us introduce ourselves. We're in the speed business. No, not that speed. 500 megabits per second speed. Enough speed for this, and this. Speed that delivers orders, big orders. Change your tax bracket orders. Ready for takeoff? Let's do some business. Get 500 meg cable internet from IMC Business Broadband for as low as $239 a month. Bundle with business telephone and save even more. Business internet just reached the tipping point. Tip your hat to the information age. Get a gig for business and upload robust files, complex videos, and compound reports at the same time, in real time, while saving time. For DISA and data, get a gig. Got it? Now get going. Get up to 1 gig business cable internet from IMC. Bundle with business telephone and save even more. Call us today.
What happens when you combine the region's best network with a plan that requires no money down on the phone you choose, but also allows you to upgrade to the latest and greatest phone quicker? You get the Appalachian Advantage. Get any device for $0 down and upgrade your smartphone once half your device payments are made. With a qualifying trade-in, choose a device payment plan, 6, 12, 18, 24, or 36 months. We'll leave that decision to you. Just another way Appalachian Wireless proves better service and bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless. Phone payment plan required. See store for details. Advantage requires no money down, taxes due at time of sale.
Welcome back to the East Kentucky Expo Center. It is at the half, 23-20. Johnson Central over Shelby Valley, and Justin, Shelby Valley opened up the quarter on a 7-0 run in the second quarter, and then Johnson Central closes it out on an 8-0 run.
Yeah, it's been a game of runs both sides, and if you're, Shelby Valley or Johnson Central, you want to be that team that's making that run in the fourth quarter, because that's the one that's going to matter, and I think ultimately decide this game.
That's exactly right, and Justin will go over some the first half stats for us.
Samuel Stanley for Shelby Valley played but didn't score. Kean Warwicks with 4 points, Cameron Warwicks with 6 points, Cody Potter with 7. All those came early, and Orby McPeak with 3 points. For Johnson Central, 6 points for Isaiah May, 6 points for Jacob Rice, Corey Van Hoos with 2, Gabe Farrell with 5, John King with 4, and, May got all 6 of his points there towards the end of the second quarter, and Potter got all of his towards the, in the first quarter. So, again, like we said earlier, a game of runs, and it looks like Shelby Valley won the rebounding battle 19-15, and Shelby Valley only 3 assists on 7 baskets, and Johnson Central 5 assists on 8 baskets. So sharing the ball pretty good, but Johnson Central 13 points off of turnovers. I think that's a big stat, and Johnson Central 10 points in the paint.
That's a big stat too, because usually Shelby Valley will dominate that. Potter, he does shoot a lot from outside, but he also goes down inside. But McPeak and Stanley, usually patrols the paint and do very good at down in there.
Yeah, only 2 points, which that's probably not counting Orby McPeak. His points came from the free throw line, or one of them came from the free throw line. So I would assume that Shelby Valley would have done a little bit better in the paint, like you said. And the 2 points, the only 2 that I can remember, was a really good set play down here to Stanley. They set the back pick and got just a wide open layup.
You're right. And another thing too, second chance points, only 3 for Johnson Central and 1 for Shelby Valley. So Johnson Central had 4 offensive rebounds, and they was able to score 3 points off of it. Shelby Valley with 2, and they got the 1 point off of that. So not very good second chance points. And then neither team had anybody to score off the bench. And 13-15 at the end of the first quarter, and like we said, Johnson Central had 8 points, Shelby Valley 7 in the second quarter, as the defense has picked up pretty good.
It has, and both teams kind of missing some shots there, and that basket gets a little bit tighter the deeper you go into this game too, because like we talked about off there, both of these teams this is a great opportunity for you to get a play in Rupp Arena, and you have to survive this game. And are you looking the next game, or are you just trying, you just got to survive this game and make it till tomorrow night, and just you got to leave it all on the floor.
Neither team shooting very well, as Shelby Valley shot it at a 38% clip. That's 7 of 18. Johnson Central had 7 more attempts at the bucket than Shelby Valley, and but they were only 8 of 25 for 32%. So neither team shooting it very well. But the one big factor that came out of that first half, I think, Justin, is the foul trouble Shelby Valley's got.
Huge,
they've got
huge.
The Warwick's kids. Kean has got 3. And
Cameron 2.
Cameron 2, and then also Stanley with 2. And then on the other side, Johnson Central played probably a quarter and a half. Let's see how many minutes. John King, he only played. He only played 5 minutes in that first half. He got 3 fouls. So
and if you're Shelby Valley, that's what I was looking at too. You got 3 kids that played 16 minutes, played the full, time there, and Kean came out when he picked up that 3rd foul. He played 15 minutes. So, I don't know if that's not not trusting your bench or what, but that foul trouble could play huge when you stick a kid in the 4th quarter that hasn't played the whole game. This is a big moment. It says we've got 6,300 people here, and I'd believe every number on there.
Every number. I don't think they got that wrong.
No, that looks good. You got a great crowd, and this is a big moment for a kid that's, maybe doesn't get to play a lot, and you stick him in the 4th quarter because of foul trouble. And, this is where, dribbling that ball when you're growing up, dreams are made of. Stick out there and get your moment and step up.
It's 23-20 at the half, Johnson Central and Shelby Valley. We're going to send you back to the station. Be back shortly for the start of the second half. This is WPRG TV Sports.
You're on the move every day. You're mobile, and so is Community Trust Bank. Now, you've got one-touch access to your accounts. No need to remember or update passwords. Make a deposit with a click, not a pen. No deposit slip and no line. And get that morning cup of joe without the hassle, without the wait. Community Trust Bank is dedicated to making your banking experience secure, fast, and easy. Don't wait. Go mobile with Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust.
It begins with a click. And no matter where you are, You have countless choices at your fingertips. On the road, on your break, even in your own backyard. A world of entertainment is just a click away. Simply go to imctv.com/watchtve to get started. Intermountain Cable, connecting you to everything that matters.
What happens when you combine the region's best network with a plan that requires no money down on the phone you choose, but also allows you to upgrade to the latest and greatest phone quicker? You get the Appalachian Advantage. Get any device for $0 down and upgrade your smartphone once half your device payments are made. With a qualifying trade-in, choose a device payment plan, 6, 12, 18, 24, or 36 months. We'll leave that decision to you. Just another way Appalachian Wireless proves better service and bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless. Phone payment plan required. See store for details. Advantage requires no money down. Taxes due at time of sale.
Whether you're looking for a new garage door or just need repairs, Overhead Door stands for excellence. With a complete line of garage doors and openers, plus expert service you can trust. Beautifully designed, beautifully crafted, trusted for more than 90 years. Always look for the Overhead Door logo to be sure you're getting the genuine, the original Overhead Door.
Here's Tim Wells, General Manager, Man Toyota. Tim, once again, we're in a new year. You got some new cars and some new incentives.
We sure do, Randy. Toyota's starting the year out strong. They have great rebates on all their vehicles and great rates on the Tundra, the Sienna, the Corolla, the Yaris, 0%. Even on the RAV4, 0% interest.
Man, what a deal.
You're gonna drive away saying, man, what a deal.
Man Toyota, US 23, Prestonsburg.
Let me introduce you to a pharmacy that doesn't need an introduction. See, Total Pharmacy Care might be new to you, but we've been in Eastern Kentucky since 1995. Filling prescriptions is all we do, so we get to know you and we answer your questions. Plus, you're in and out quick. And Total Pharmacy Care is locally owned and operated. So if Total Pharmacy Care is new to you, bring your prescriptions to one of our locations and meet an old friend. Total Pharmacy Care. It's not just a name, it's a promise.
What business are you in? Building, growing, life-changing. Let us introduce ourselves. We're in the speed business. No, not that speed. 500 megabits per second speed. Enough speed for this, and this. Speed that delivers orders, big orders. Change your tax bracket orders. Ready for takeoff? Let's do some business. Get 500 meg cable internet from IMC Business Broadband for as low as $239 a month. Bundle with business telephone and save even more.
Charlotte's Tax Service offers electronic filing, refunds paid on debit cards, or checks printed in the office. No cost up front for tax preparation. At Charlotte's Tax Service in Martin, your income tax preparation is provided by experienced, competent preparers who are registered with the U.S. Internal Revenue Service. Our office is open year-round to assist you with your tax and accounting needs. Call Charlotte's Tax Service at 606-285-9906 today. Charlotte's Tax Service and Accounting, Martin, Kentucky.
Welcome back to the Expo Center. We're about a minute away from starting the second half, and Johnson Central ends the quarter on a 8-0 run to take a 3-point lead, and Shelby Valley will take the ball out here. So, Larry, it's time to see what kind of adjustments the coaches made at halftime and see who can execute and get it to Saturday night.
Exactly. Both of these teams coming in, Shelby Valley averaging 64 points a game, and Johnson Central averaging 72, and right now we're on a 46-40 pace.
Well below that. And that second quarter, like you said earlier, Johnson Central outscored Shelby Valley 8-7, and that's a very low-scoring game or quarter for both teams.
And it's something unusual you don't see very often. The first 7 points of the quarter was Shelby Valley, and then Central scores the last 8 points of the quarter.
Yeah, and that, I think who can string together the most runs might come out victorious here tonight.
And Kean Warwicks is going to open up the second half with his 3 fouls. And let's see, is King back in for Johnson
14.
Central? No, he's not in.
No,
Bentley starts in his place, number 14.
Yeah, that's always a tough call from a coach's perspective. That 3 fouls, because you pick up that 4th in the first couple minutes here, and it's just disaster time.
It is. Kean Warwicks will have it, works down the right side, and they'll try to go into Potter. It's tipped, and nearly a steal. They said that Rice was standing on the line when he tipped it, as Van Hoos was headed the other direction with it.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to be 2 easy points on the other end.
Here's Cameron Warwicks with it. Back over to Kean. Top of the circle. Now he backs out toward the jump circle. And they'll set their offense. And they run Kean off a screen down low. And here's Potter. Now Kean taking it to the bucket. Shot up over the bucket. No good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up. And he's fouled. And I think Farrell had a good block, but I think they're going to call Bentley. No, they're calling it on Farrell.
Wow, yeah, I thought that was all ball on his side. I can see one adjustment Coach Hicks has made. That's twice they went to Potter on the block.
They put him down on the block, yeah.
Yeah, because he does have such a size advantage on Rice.
Right. And Cameron Warwicks makes the first free throw, 23-21. And the second one rattles off, comes off to May. Into the front court. Here's Van Hoos with it. Nice sidestep, keep from getting a charge, and kicks it over in a block. Potter, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with
good
Johnson
block.
Central as Bentley went up, and
Potter just came right behind him easy.
Cody Potter said no. That's his second block.
Yeah, 2 good blocks.
And it'll come to May. May puts it on the floor, gets it over to Rice. Rice now will come out and give it off to Bentley. Farrell back to Bentley, top of the circle. Rice on the left side. He keeps looking inside. May breaks free. They can't get it to him now. Go back over across to the right side to Van Hoos.
Yeah, I think they had 2 good looks there. I see Coach McKenzie was a little upset there, but I think Van Hoos was going to be wide open if they would have looked at him.
And Bentley works it down over to Farrell. Comes across to the left side now to Rice. Farrell trying to get a back screen on the baseline. Nothing doing. Now here's Van Hoos with it. He eases up to the three-point line, and he'll put it up from there off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound comes off to McPeak.
Yeah, not his strong suit there.
Kean Warwicks with it in the front court. Here's Potter. Nice pass inside. Stanley up on reverse layup up and in. Beautiful assist that time, Cody Potter.
Yeah. So they've started off with their 3-0 run.
And we're tied at 23. 6:15 left here in the third quarter. Here's May, puts it on the floor, and his partial block by Potter. And now he'll get it over to Cameron Warwicks. And he'll bring it into the front court, still on the move, down the lane, straight to the bucket. Sidestep, no good.
Good move.
Rebound comes off, that's Bentley with it. He'll kick it out to Rice. We're running the other way.
Good pass.
Wide open, Van Hoos puts it up and in.
No look pass. That's a great pass.
That's beautiful. And quickly on the other end, here's Kean Warwicks. Now he'll hold it up, and they'll back it out, set up their offense. Both teams can get it up and down the floor if that's what they want to do with it. Potter, top of the circle 3, no good. Rebound comes off the Van Hoos. Here's May. He'll bring it into front court on the move. Looking to go to the bucket, kicks it back over to Van Hoos. Farrell, top of circle 3, count it. Gabe Farrell, smooth as silk, knocks it down.
Gets those feet set, and it looks good.
28-23 now. Johnson Central with the 5-point lead.
With the 5-0 run.
The 5-0 run.
Shelby Valley goes 3-0 run. Johnson Central goes 5-0 run.
And here's Potter with it. And right side, shot up, no good. Double clutch, trying to draw the foul, nothing doing. And then he reaches in the backcourt and picks up a foul.
Yeah, it's his first. I think that's a frustration foul there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if you go up and shoot it, you might get the foul, but he threw the foot out and double clutched and trying to draw the foul, and they didn't give it to him.
Yeah, it didn't look like a foul, but like you said, if you go fluid in that and then maybe you fall or something, but when you double clutch and,
too many antics there.
Yeah.
So Johnson Central will have it into the front court. Here's Jacob Rice with it. He'll give it over to May. May puts it on the floor. He takes it down the lane, kicks it over in the right or left corner. Rice with a 3, no good. Rebound comes off McPeak. Gets it out to Cameron Warwicks. 1-on-2, takes it to the bucket, up over his head, no good. Potter back up and in, beautiful tip.
Good tip.
Contorting his body sideways to keep from picking up the charge, and 2 hands shovels it back up off the glass and in. It's 28-25 Johnson Central.
Yeah, good job of not giving up on the play and running the floor.
Johnson Central with it. Here's Van Hoos, puts it on the floor down the lane. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound comes off Cameron Warwicks. And he's been tracked coming up the floor by Bentley. Now we'll give it over to Kean. In the front court will come Kean. drives the free throw line, stops, pops, good. And hits 28-27 as that's an example of Warwick's quickness and speed as he just drove Rice off of him and stopped back on the step back. Rice he didn't have a chance.
No, he was 4 steps in front of him because he was going so fast. I mean, that's impossible to guard.
Johnson Central with it. Here's Rice. Gives it over to Bentley. Bentley at the free throw line. He takes it down the lane. Left-handed shot up good over Potter.
Good move.
And it's 30-27.
Great
Warwick's
move.
on the other end quickly. Gives it over to Potter. Potter with Rice on him. Steps back. 3.
Yeah.
Nope. Want to call him for the walk.
Yeah, that was James Harden-ish right there.
Yeah.
In the NBA, he gets that shot.
Every time.
Yeah. But I think that, I think it's a walk when Harden does it too.
Oh,
so.
you know it is.
So.
But Potter's not Harden.
No, he is not.
I know Harden got his streak. See, we're going to have a warning
on Coach Hicks.
On Coach Hicks.
Yeah.
That's his first and only one.
Yeah. And he's outside the box now, so.
Well, somebody told me they moved that box. See the other little line up here?
Oh, okay.
That
okay,
they moved
I got
it up
you.
to there.
Okay. That does seem like a tight box.
Yeah,
there.
I was asking what that's for, and they said that was the coach's box.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Okay.
Here's Bentley with it. And he splits the double team out to Farrell. 3. No good. Rebound Seth Johnson with it. Johnson. And he's going to be fouled by Bentley in the backcourt.
Yeah, too much aggression there. You don't need that far away.
No, that's Bentley's third. And that is 2 team fouls here in the second half. 3:13 left. It's 30-27. Johnson Central will lead. Shelby Valley has it. They can tie it with a 3.
Yeah,
Ian Warwick's in the front court over to Seth Johnson. Johnson back to Warwick's. Warwick's eases in to the three-point arc. Gives it over to Potter. Inside it goes. That's Stanley up. No good, but he's fouled by Farrell.
Yeah, that was a great. Both people came out on Potter there in the corner, and Potter just rightfully just dumps it straight inside, and Stanley gets a good look there. I'd like to see him finish that and get the and one there.
Well, you know, when Potter gets it, it's all eyes on him, and it's hard to not watch what he's going to do with it, but you got to keep your eyes on your own man.
Yeah, and you know, if Stanley doesn't get it, he's got a teammate standing on the other side wide open too. So.
Stanley makes the first free throw. It's 30-28. He'll have one more. And this one's up and also good, 30-29. 2:55 left, third quarter. We've got a good one brewing.
Yes, we do.
Jacob Rice in the front court for Johnson Central. Gets it over to Isaiah May. Back to Rice. Back to May on the left side. Looks at a 3. Decides not to take it. Puts it on the bounce now. The middle's open, and he's a little shake and bake, try to get loose. Rice down the lane, a little floater up and good over Potter.
Great shot.
32-29, quickly in the front court we come with Kean Warwicks. He's been playing the whole quarter with 3 fouls.
He's done a good job.
Now he moves in, kicks it to the right side to Potter. Rice on him, they go inside. Stanley again, back over Warwicks, 3 top the circle, count it. And we're tied at 32 as he don't shoot very often, but he can make that 3-point bucket.
Absolutely, and that's big because that's going to open it up a little bit, open his drive game up, and he's deadly on the drive.
Rice with it now in the front court for Johnson Central. We got 1:50 left here in the third quarter. We're tied at 32. And Rice is just bouncing it out at the jump circle, trying to get their offense set the way they want them. Coach Tommy McKenzie directing traffic. And now they'll go down the right side to May. And they run Farrell out of the corner. Here's Rice, and we got a timeout. Just wasn't on the same page with Coach McKenzie, so he calls the timeout, try to get it lined out. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here with it. And what time we've got the timeout, we'll let everyone know that tonight's game is brought to you by Mann Toyota, Community Trust Bank, Microtech Internet and Security, Total Pharmacy Care, Attorney John Earl Hunt, Appalachian Wireless, Charlotte's Tax Service, Citizens Drug, Intermountain Cable, Craig Dameron Furniture, Howard Family Pharmacy, and Overhead Door of Eastern Kentucky.
Great sponsors. It's going to be a great event here. I mean, if you like basketball, these two games tomorrow, the Mid-South, you had the girls earlier today. I mean, you couldn't ask for much more if you're a basketball fan.
No, if only thing that should keep you away from the gym tomorrow is watching that Kentucky game.
Yeah, Kentucky, Tennessee. That'd be a tough one to get away from that.
Exactly.
Maybe they got a TV in here. We could watch it at the same time.
And here's Van Hoos at the free throw line, no good. Rebound comes up to Stanley. Warwick's with it into the front court. Gives it over to Potter.
Wow.
He looked at it
He
from
did.
30.
I thought he was going to pull it. Wow.
Here's Cameron Warwick's back into the ball game. We've got 1:10 left. Inside it goes
Good.
Stanley up.
Wow.
Falls in. Boy, I tell you, it tantalized you. It laid right on in front of that rim and finally drops through. And Shelby Valley retakes the lead. First time since the middle of the second quarter. It's 34-32. Here's May with it. Nearly loses it. Gets it back over to Rice. We got 50 seconds left in the third. Rice, no pressure on him. Kicks it out to May. He drives it down the right side, and his shot's partially blocked, but the foul is called.
Yeah, I think he's going to get Warwick's too, Cameron.
Nope.
Nope.
24, McPeak.
Yeah, that's a good one. Just his first foul.
That's his first, team's second, but Isaiah Rice will be at the line. Oh, excuse me, Isaiah May will be at the line to shoot two, makes the first.
Yeah, you know, Kean and Cameron both have played this whole quarter, not been out of the game, and not picked up a foul.
Not picked up a foul. Well, you only got three team fouls, or two team fouls against Shelby Valley.
And they're letting them play.
Isaiah May will have one more. He can tie it with this one. And this one's up and also good, 34. All at 42-second mark in the third quarter. Shelby Valley, Kean Warwick just walks it into the front court. He's looking over to coach, says, I've got you, coach.
Yeah, one more.
He goes over in front of the scorer's table on the left side, just standing there bouncing the ball, and Paintsville's content to let that happen. We're down to 20 seconds left now here in the third quarter. Now Van Hoos eases out toward Warwick's. 15 seconds. Van Hoos pulls out. Now we're getting a screen. That's Stanley, and Warwick's all the way to the bucket. Shot up, no good. And tilt by Potter, no good. And Johnson Central will have a chance at it. And Kean Warwick saved the bucket on that one as he knocked it loose at the buzzer. And at the end of three, we're tied at 34. Don't go away, folks. We're coming right back to see if we can get this one settled. This is WPRG TV Sports.
Here's Tim Wells, General Manager, Man Toyota. Tim, once again, we're in a new year. You got some new cars and some new incentives.
We sure do, Randy. Toyota's starting the year out strong. They have great rebates on all their vehicles and great rates on the Tundra, the Sienna, the Corolla, the Yaris, 0%. Even on the RAV4, 0% interest.
Man, what a deal.
You're gonna drive away saying, man, what a deal.
Man Toyota, US 23, Prestonsburg.
Let me introduce you to a pharmacy that doesn't need an introduction. See, Total Pharmacy Care might be new to you, but we've been in Eastern Kentucky since 1995. Filling prescriptions is all we do, so we get to know you and we answer your questions. Plus, you're in and out quick. And Total Pharmacy Care is locally owned and operated. So if Total Pharmacy Care is new to you, bring your prescriptions to one of our locations and meet an old friend. Total Pharmacy Care. It's not just a name, it's a promise.
Welcome back to the Expo Center. We're getting ready to start the fourth quarter, 34-34. Johnson Central and Shelby Valley. It's everything we thought it was going to be. And, you know, this is an 8-minute game right here.
You're exactly right. Nothing's been settled. Johnson Central will have it starting the fourth quarter. Rice has it on the right side, looking over Tommy McKenzie. He's standing there with his hands out. Like, do you know what we're in?
Yeah.
As Rice now eases in, kicks it in the corner. That's Van Hoos. Back over to Rice. At the free throw line, down the lane. Kicks it over to Van Hoos. Three-point shot up. Good. And
nice.
Van Hoos don't normally shoot a lot, but actually, if you look on paper, he's their highest percentage three-point shooter.
Yeah, he didn't look confident on that last one, but now that one, he just catch and shoot, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you want.
37-34. Warwick's trying to answer on the other end, no good. And Rice comes off the rebound, and he says, let's slow it down.
Yeah, every possession is just magnified big time here. You know, fourth quarter, I mean, every foul, every pass, every rebound is huge.
And Rice just standing out at the jump circle. And they're going to try to pull Shelby Valley out and make them guard them. And inside it goes. John King blocks by Potter, and he kicks it out in front, and May intercepts it.
Yeah, didn't have to throw that pass.
Right. And May on the move still, gets it over in the corner. Van Hoos, 3 again. Looks good. Is good. 40-34, and Shelby Valley needs a timeout.
Two big shots.
4 timeouts, 6:43 left. 40-34, Johnson Central. We'll be right back. This is WPRG TV Sports.
What happens when you combine the region's best network with a plan that requires no money down on the phone you choose, but also allows you to upgrade to the latest and greatest phone quicker? You get the Appalachian Advantage. Get any device for $0 down and upgrade your smartphone once half your device payments are made. With a qualifying trade-in, choose a device payment plan, 6, 12, 18, 24, or 36 months. We'll leave that decision to you. Just another way Appalachian Wireless proves better service and bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless. Phone payment plan required. See store for details. Advantage requires no money down. Taxes due at time of sale.
Whether you're looking for a new garage door or just need repairs, Overhead Door stands for excellence. With a complete line of garage doors and openers, plus expert service you can trust. Beautifully designed, beautifully crafted, trusted for more than 90 years. Always look for the Overhead Door logo to be sure you're getting the genuine, the original Overhead Door.
Welcome back to the Expo. Johnson Central starts the fourth quarter on a 6-0 run. 2 threes by Corey Van Hoos, basically almost in the same spot. And Coach Hicks calls a timeout to readjust here a little bit.
Yeah, he had to get something. Van Hoos was wide open on both of those.
Yep.
Of course, like I said, you don't expect him to shoot a lot. Only shot 30 during the regular season, but he was shooting at a 43% clip, so he knocks those 2 down. Potter, long 3 at top of the circle, no good. Probably not the shot you want, even if it's Cody Potter shooting.
Yeah, if he's made 5 in a row, maybe, but not, you know.
Rice with it now, and Ken Warwick will come out on him. And the thing about that, if Johnson Central gets a lead and coming down to the wire, Shelby Valley's going to have to start fouling, and they've got some players in foul trouble.
Yeah.
And here's Rice just dribbling around. Warwick's following him. Now May with it. He's got McPeak on him. Back over across it goes to the right side to Rice.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to hold it, but I think he's content to work some clock and stretch the defense here.
Yeah, well, right there's what he's looking for.
Yeah.
And John King and one.
Nice.
And
good
that's
pass.
King's first bucket. No, that's a 6-point. But he only played 5 minutes in the first half as he had foul trouble.
Yes.
And that's what Coach is wanting. He is trying to spread the floor, and then let one of his guards drive it and kick, and that's exactly what happened. Missed the free throw, but they have the 8-point lead, 42-34. And that matches their largest lead of the game. Here's Kean Warwick with it. Free throw line jumper up, comes off front, no good. Battle up, and Potter missed a wide open layup, and then Cameron Warwick picks up a foul in the backcourt, and that's his 4th, and he will go to the bench.
Wow, yeah, that's huge. I mean, you got a layup, and, you know, contested shot by Warwick. I don't think that's what you really want, but Potter cleans it up and has an easy layup.
And just misses it.
Just misses it.
And Warwick goes to the bench and kindly mauled the chair a little bit. Coach Hicks goes down and gets on to him, but that's going to take him out of the game, and that's a big outside threat that they'll lose. And here, Johnson Central just working it around Rice. Free throw line. Now he backs it back out to the timeline. Seth Johnson on him. And kicks over to May. Back over to Rice. We've got 5 minutes left. It's an 8-point lead, and then Johnson comes out, fouls Rice, and that is going to be 5 team fouls now for Johnson Central, so they have one more to give. 5 minutes even to go, 42-34. And Rice, Johnson almost stole it, but Rice was able to get it over to May before going out of bounds. Now Farrell will stop out, and he's got Potter on him. No, excuse me, that's John King, and he beats Potter on the dribble, kicks it in the corner to Farrell, and they go back out to Rice. Comes cross over to May. Down in the corner to go to Van Hoos. He fakes, goes to the bucket, up, and one. And a foul is going to be on Stanley. And Johnson Central right now controlling the game, Justin, by spreading the floor and giving it to their ball handlers, and they're just beating Shelby Valley to the bucket.
Yeah, and that all started with Van Hoos hitting the 2 threes, gives them the 6-point lead, and they're content to work the ball, and like I said, just stretching them out and making them come out and guard them, and they're making the right pass and finishing.
And they're up by 11 now.
11.
That's their largest lead, and Shelby Valley is going to need another timeout. I think this one, let's see, is going to be a 30. So with 4:31 left here in the ball game, Johnson Central has sprinted out to a 45-34 lead.
Yeah, 11-0 run.
Johnson Central, Shelby Valley has not scored here in the fourth quarter, and we played 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, it was an 8-minute game to start the fourth quarter. Hadn't decided anything, 34-34, and Johnson Central comes out on an 11-0 run, and a lot of time left, 4.5 minutes to go. If you've got Cody Potter, you're definitely in the game. That's for sure. But it feels like Shelby Valley's pressing a little bit. And, obviously you're down 11, season on the line, you should be. But, you can't get it all back at once. I mean, one stop at a time and one bucket at a time.
That's just what I was going to say. Every time they're on their end of the floor, they act like they got to score 5 points.
Yeah. And, you just got to get your bucket, get a stop, and get a rebound,
Here's Potter, gives it over to Johnson. Potter works down the left side, and Warwick's back into the game. That's Kean Warwick. He comes down the lane to the bucket, shot up off the glass, and good high arcing shot off the glass.
Good body control too.
He cuts it to 9, 45-36.
And if you're Shelby Valley, you come up with a stop here, go down and get you a bucket.
And they've went to the half-court pressure, and they'll go inside with it. And here's May, and he's blocked by Stanley, but called for the foul.
I thought that looked good from here.
And that's going to be 4 on Stanley now.
Wow, foul trouble mounting big time.
I've got Cameron Warwick's on the bench with 4. And the shot up and good by May.
Yeah, they were 7 for 8. I think they made 2 free throws here, so, really making it count at the free throw line.
And his second one also good off the front of the rim, and it's back to 11, 47-36. Here's Warwick with it, hesitation dribble. Van Hoos staying right with him. Now he brings it back out close to the timeline, works down the left side, and he'll stop the three-pointer up and good. Kean Warwick's doing everything he can, trying to keep his team in it right now.
He's played great.
And here's Rice with it. Crosses the timeline, in the corner it goes. That's King with it, and he goes in and puts it up and in. Answers on the other end. And we've got a timeout as Warwick says he's almost went out of his shoe as he has to stop and get relaced.
Yeah, this, defensively, Shelby Valley is just out of their comfort zone a little bit, trying to do something that they're probably not accustomed to. And, Johnson Central's making them pay.
Well, also, you got Cameron Warwick, one of their quicker players on the bench, so that hurts them in the pressure game also. And here's Kean Warwick's 3, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds off of Johnson Central. It's going to stay with Shelby Valley. That was McPeak battling 2 Johnson Central players, and they knocked it out. Here's Johnson, and Potter tries to go inside, and King's going to be called for the foul, and that's going to be his 4th.
Yeah, he came around the top there.
Yeah, he had an arm around the waist.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Hicks, I'm probably going, when Warwick comes back in, you're just going to have to ride him the rest of the way. I guess he's waiting on that moment, he thinks.
And we've not mentioned it, Justin, but Jacob Rice is doing a wonderful job on Cody Potter. He's come in averaging 22. He's got 9. There's a 3 up, no good. And rebound.
Good call.
Off of Farrell, and here it goes to stay with Shelby Valley.
Every shot that Potter has taken has been contested, hotly contested.
Yes. 49-39, 10-point lead, just under 3 minutes to go in the game. Here's Potter with it. Puts it on the floor. Rice right with him. Potter spins in the lane, shot up, no good. Rice comes off for the rebound.
Yeah, Rice has, I don't know what his stats look like, but I know what his defenses look like, and it's been.
Well, he's used his quickness.
Yes, he has. I mean, it could possibly be the difference in the game if they hold on.
And here's Van Hoos taking it to the bucket, no good. And Battle for the rebound, and both players going out of bounds. It's going to be a jump ball. It's going to go to Shelby Valley, as that was Bentley and Ken Warwick's both just diving out of bounds after that.
First jump ball I've seen in midair. I don't know. I mean, because they were both fighting for it. So I don't. That's good hustle on both parts. So.
Hey, that's leaving it all on the floor.
It is.
Literally.
Yes, absolutely.
Here's Ken Warwick's with it to the right side. Johnson down the lane, spins, gets it back out, nearly intercepted by Van Oos. Ken Warwick gets it, kicks it over to Stanley. Johnson, and three up and good, Ken Warwick. And Lily hits down to 7, 49-42, 2 minutes left.
He's had a monster game. Good fourth quarter, too. I mean, this is where Johnson said this is where the foul trouble is going to come into play a little bit. 2 minutes to go.
I think so. Here's May, gets it back out to Rice at the timeline, back to May. Just playing keep away right now.
They're in the bonus, too, so you got to,
Shelby Valley with 17 fouls, you're right. And here's May going cross court to Rice, and then he's going to be fouled by Seth Johnson.
This is scouting report stuff here, too, because I think they wanted Rice to get fouled there. I think that's Hicks. As soon as he caught it, they went right at him. So I think his that must be who they're wanting on the line.
Let's see if I can free throw shooting. Where's Rice at? Well, he's only shooting 58%.
If you're Hicks, that's good scouting on Hicks.
Van Hoos shooting 76%, and May shooting 70. Farrell shooting 64, and
that's the front end. That's good scouting.
Missed the front end.
Good coaching.
Rebound comes off McPeak. Here's Ken Warwick with it. He takes it down the lane, and he's going to be fouled before the shot, and that's going to be only 5 team fouls. So that's a good foul because he had the step going to the bucket.
Warwick still on the bench.
Yes.
Minute 35.
And here it'll come in to Stanley, back over to Johnson, back over to Ken Warwick. 3 out of the corner, no good. Potter, no good. Again, no good. Battle for the rebound, knocked out of bounds off of Johnson Central, and Potter.
He's missed a couple there here lately.
Just not having a game that you normally see out of him. He's missed 3 putbacks right at the rim.
Yeah, and, started the game 3 for 3, and I don't know if he's had a field goal since then.
And he'll have it now, driving down the lane, and called for the block.
Yeah.
And thought that might have been could have went either way.
It easily could have went either way, and that's, good defense. Like I said, Rice has been there. Every time he catches the ball, Rice has been right there waiting on him.
And, Justin, that's Rice's first foul of the game.
Wow. Now, that's unbelievable. To play the defense he's played on Cody Potter and to only pick up his first foul with 1:22 in the fourth is unbelievable.
And that's only the 16 fouls, so no free throws. Here's Warwick inside the three-point line. No good. And battle for the rebound. And going to be called.
Wow.
Oh, going to have a push on
King,
and that's going to be it for him.
That's a tough call. Everybody going hard for the ball there. I mean,
right.
But I don't think you really want to call a walk there either. So,
exactly.
I think he earned the rebound.
I think that if Stanley doesn't walk, they let that go without a foul.
Yeah, because you don't. I think Shelby Valley earned that rebound, and you're not going to penalize them with because he did get bumped.
Yeah, we've got a full timeout. We're going to stay right here with it and reset the game for the people that's listening to us out there on WXKZ 105.3 and WXLR 104.9. 49-42, Johnson Central with the lead. Shelby Valley will have it, and it will be the 1-1 when we come back. That will be Samuel Stanley at the line.
He's 2 for 4.
He's 2 of 4. We got 1:14 left. I've got both teams in the 1-1, and both teams with 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, you know, good coaching on both sides. You've got 2 timeouts to kind of weather the storm. If you need to call one real quick, and Coach Hicks, he can stop the clock if they can get a bucket, in the up and down to stop the clock and maybe get some defensive subs in. Still curious, I don't see Cameron Warwick's back out there yet, but,
Well, I tell you, I think the reason he's not out there. When he went to the bench, he got over there and he was taking his fist and hitting the chair and knocked it over.
Yeah.
And Coach Hicks seen it, went down and canceled him a little bit,
Yeah.
you could say, and I think that he made a decision he wasn't going to come back in for that.
And, you know, sports is great, and, you know, Coach Hicks, good job, you know, sometimes teaching life lessons, because that's really what being a student athlete's about, is learning.
Yes. Stanley 1-1 makes the first one. That's a big one, and down to a two-possession game now, 49-43. These two teams was tied 34 each going into this fourth quarter. Stanley will have one more. And it's up and also good. So 49-44, they've got an 11-point lead down to 5. And here's May with it in the backcourt. He comes into the front court, gives it over to, that's Rice.
Yeah.
And he's going to be fouled at Seth Johnson. And I think Johnson's probably going to be the designated fouler here late in the game, as that's going to be his third, though.
And Rice just missed the front end of the bonus. So, you know, one more foul on Valley, though, and you're going to get 2 tries at it. So only 19 fouls. So these are big free throws right here.
Yes, it is.
He needs to make the first to kind of give them that.
And he's a 58% shooter and missed his last one.
Yeah.
He eyes the bucket, puts it up, and rolls it in off the front, off the heel, and bounces down.
That's a big one.
50-44. This one is the biggest one, though. That will give him a 3-possession game with 1:05 left. And he also knocks this one, drains it.
And he's not a good free throw shooter percentage-wise, but he's a gamer.
Yeah, that's right. 51-44. And here it goes over to Seth Johnson, back to Kean Warwick, driving the lane, takes it down, shot up, no good. Rebound comes off. That is number 15, Zach Russell, into the game. He came in for John King, and he's going to be fouled. And he'll have 2 at the other end, as that's 10 team fouls now for Shelby Valley.
Yeah, I mean, at this point now, you're a 3-possession game. If you can knock down some free throws and just not turn the ball over, you're going to the championship game tomorrow.
Yes.
Barring any kind of crazy 3-point barrage from Shelby Valley.
And if this works out that Johnson Central is able to hold on to it again, you've got a team that defeated a team 2 times in the regular season, comes back, meets them in the tournament, and they turn the tables on them.
Yeah. And, you know, we went over the stats earlier in the game. They've done such a good job defensively, averaging 64 points a game and held them to 44. So you're 20 below your average.
And here's Potter with it in the front court. He's looking to get a shot off. Kate Stanley fumbles it, and May picks it up. And that might do it as they get it over to Rice. And Rice is going to be fouled as he comes across the timeline by Seth Johnson. And it's 52-44, 8-point lead. And Rice will go back to the line. He'll have 2. We've only got 38 seconds left, so it looks like the Golden Eagles, for the 9th time in the last 10 years, is going to be in the 15th Region Championship game.
Yeah, I mean, that's
would you say that's a dynasty?
I would absolutely say that's a dynasty. I mean, they've got a machine rolling down there, and, I mean, you know, they lose players, and they just keep reloading.
And Rice missed a free throw earlier, and like you said, he's a gamer. He is a 58% shooter.
Made 4 in a row
and
now.
Steps up the line, and when his team needs it the most, knocks 4 down. Here's Seth Johnson over in the corner, and a 3-point shot, no good. Rebound comes off. That's Isaiah May, and Shelby Valley just drops back and not going to put no pressure on it. And now McPeak comes out. May dribbling with it. He's double teamed, and Warwick fouls him over in the corner. That's Kean Warwick. That's going to be his 4th. But Johnson Central is going to move on to the championship game tomorrow night. That game will be at 7:30, and they will play the winner of the night's second game between Pikeville and Paintsville, and it shouldn't be no less of a game than this one.
No, I would anticipate the same thing. Hats off to both teams. They've both played great. Shelby Valley has just come up on the, you know, losing side of this fourth quarter.
And May knocks both free throws down, so the last 6 points for Johnson Central has come from the free throw line. Here's Cody Potter with it. He'll go up with the 3, and he knocks this one down and just hangs his head, goes down the floor. Like, why couldn't I have done that earlier?
Yeah.
As he's got the lead to 9, 56-47, timeout. Only 10.5 seconds left, Justin.
Yeah, it's academic at this point. And, you know, Potter has got that same look a lot tonight, and it's just not went through the hoop. And, I mean, we both witnessed him, on nights that he could throw it in from anywhere, and just a tough time to come up a little bit short.
And, of course, we don't pick the player of the game, but if I had to pick a player of the game, I would have to go with Jacob Rice after the job that he's done on Cody Potter. He's scored 12 points himself, and he's held Potter to 12, 10 below his average coming in.
Yeah, and, they bring us these stat sheets, and I wouldn't even look at the stat sheet just from the eyeball, and I would absolutely pick Jacob Rice, because knowing what Potter can do and what you've done, and like you said earlier, he's got one foul.
He's done it, only picking up
with
one foul.
And, I mean, he is, every time Potter has turned around, he's been right there and forced a tough shot.
And he also is the point guard and has controlled his offense and taken care of it on the other end. So that's like doing double duty.
Yes, it is. I mean, he's obviously in great shape. And you look at that scoring for Johnson Central, just so even. That's tough.
Yes,
that's
12,
tough to
12, 13, 8. I mean, who do you guard as they'll get it in? And he'll come up to Van Hoos. Van Hoos kicks it over, try to go to Rice. It's knocked out of bounds by Seth Johnson with 2.6 seconds left. Johnson Central, as we said, will be moving on.
Coach McKenzie's got a lot of good wins, and I'm sure none sweeter than this one. They've lost to him twice, and come in here with the game plan he had, and they executed.
You're exactly right. So we'll send it back to the station and be back with some final stats and comments. 56-47. Johnson Central over Shelby Valley. This is WPRG TV Sports.
Here's Tim Wells, General Manager, Man Toyota. Tim, once again, we're in a new year. You got some new cars and some new incentives.
We sure do, Randy. Toyota's starting the year out strong. They have great rebates on all their vehicles and great rates on the Tundra, the Sienna, the Corolla, the Yaris, 0%. Even on the RAV4, 0% interest.
Man, what a deal.
You're gonna drive away saying, man, what a deal.
Man Toyota, US 23, Prestonsburg.
Let me introduce you to a pharmacy that doesn't need an introduction. See, Total Pharmacy Care might be new to you, but we've been in Eastern Kentucky since 1995. Filling prescriptions is all we do, so we get to know you and we answer your questions. Plus, you're in and out quick. And Total Pharmacy Care is locally owned and operated. So if Total Pharmacy Care is new to you, bring your prescriptions to one of our locations and meet an old friend. Total Pharmacy Care. It's not just a name, it's a promise.
What business are you in? Building, growing, life-changing. Let us introduce ourselves. We're in the speed business. No, not that speed. 500 megabits per second speed. Enough speed for this, and this. Speed that delivers orders, big orders. Change your tax bracket orders. Ready for takeoff? Let's do some business. Get 500 meg cable internet from IMC Business Broadband for as low as $239 a month. Bundle with business telephone and save even more.
Charlotte's Tax Service offers electronic filing, refunds paid on debit cards, or checks printed in the office. No cost up front for tax preparation. At Charlotte's Tax Service in Martin, your income tax preparation is provided by experienced, competent preparers who are registered with the U.S. Internal Revenue Service. Our office is open year-round to assist you with your tax and accounting needs. Call Charlotte's Tax Service at 606-285-9906 today. Charlotte's Tax Service and Accounting, Martin, Kentucky.
It's taking over. There's no escape. You better get moving. Ready or not. It's about to go down. Here it comes now. Get ready. Get ready. Moving. Ready or not. Get ready.
Hey, it's Craig Diamond Furniture Tax refund sale going on right now.
Get this 8-piece living room suite for only $18.99. Includes 3-piece tables, 2 lamps, and a 3-piece living room suite. It's the tax refund sale at Craig Dammer Furniture in downtown Pikeville.
Business Internet just reached the tipping point. Tip your hat to the information age. Get a gig for business and upload robust files, complex videos, and compound reports at the same time, in real time, while saving time. For DISA and data, get a gig. Got it? Now get going. Get up to 1 gig business cable internet from IMC. Bundle with business telephone and save even more. Call us today.
Hey, it's Craig Dammer Furniture tax refund sale going on right now.
Buy this sectional with the Ottoman, only $62 a month, plus up to a 50-inch TV for free. It's the tax refund sale at Craig Dammer Furniture in downtown Pikeville.
Today's households are using more connected devices than ever before. TVs are streaming, smartphones are browsing, security cameras are watching, and virtual assistants are, well, assisting.
You'll need an umbrella today.
As you add more devices, we are constantly improving our technology to deliver the fastest and most reliable internet to your home. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get Intermountain Cable high-speed internet with speeds up to 500 meg. Call 1-800-635-7052 today.
And we're back at the Expo Center. We have a final in tonight's first semifinal game between Johnson Central and Shelby Valley, and Johnson Central comes away with a big 56-47 win, Justin.
Yeah, that was just execution coming down the fourth quarter. Van Hoos gets these 2 threes to start the fourth quarter, and I think it just kind of put them in a bad spot, and, you know, it was just too much for Shelby Valley to overcome. Shelby Valley was, let's see, Samuel Stanley with 8 points, Kean Warwicks with 17 points, Cameron Warwicks with only 7 points, is 1 for 9 from the field, and Cody Potter with 12 points, 5 for 17 from the field, and Orby McPeak with 3 points. And, you know, as a team, Shelby Valley just 34% from the field, 28% from the three-point line, and just ultimately just not enough points to get it done against a well-balanced attack from Johnson Central.
Right.
And like we mentioned, Johnson Central, Isaiah May with 12 points, Jacob Rice with 12 points, Corey Van Hoos with 13 points, Gabe Farrell with 8 points, John King with 8 points, and 2 points for Braxton Bentley and 1 for Zach Russell. So that balanced attack, and, you know, there in the fourth quarter just spreading the defense out, and all 5 guys on the floor can get you that bucket, just spelled doomsday for Shelby Valley.
Well, Shelby Valley, looking at it, they had 13 turnovers to 5 for Johnson Central, but the stat of the game, looking at the stat sheet, I would think would be at the free throw line. Shelby Valley 9 of 13, and Johnson Central 17 of 21. So they win by 9. They outscore them by 8 from the foul line.
Yeah, and, you know, shoot 81% from the free throw line. I mean, it's just, I mean, that's going to win ball games. I've been with you for about a week and a half now, and we've talked about free throws, it seems like every night. And, you know, Johnson Central made them when they had to. And, you know, the foul trouble kind of spelled a little bit of trouble for Shelby Valley early. And, you know, shooting 21 free throws, making 17, that's going to win games for you.
Well, that's the only shot that you shoot during a game that the clock's not running, nobody guarding you. Why can't you shoot better?
That's right. I mean, Shaquille O'Neal, you know, they paid him millions of dollars, and he still couldn't figure it out. And, you know, these high school kids with the game on the line, you know, credit Jacob Rice there. Let's see what he was from the free throw line. He was 7 for 9, and that's a 58% free throw shooter.
Yes.
And that just lets you know what kind of player he is to step up and knock them down. And credit him. I mean, we've said it a couple of times. The defense he played tonight, I think, probably won the game for him. I would say.
I'd have to agree with you 100%. Fast break points. Johnson Central 12-5. Points off turnover 18-5. Johnson Central points into paint, which is big.
Yeah.
22-10 Johnson Central, and Shelby Valley had the high advantage with Potter and McPeak, but Johnson Central took it to them 22-10. Second chance points, Shelby Valley wins that 9-3, and not much scoring off the bench, only 3 points for Johnson Central, none for Shelby Valley. And going into fourth quarter, we was tied at 34, but Johnson Central comes away with a big fourth quarter, 22-13. They outscore Shelby Valley and win by 9. So we'll send it back to the station and be back shortly for tonight's second game between Paintsville and Pikeville. This is WPRG TV Sports.